Thank you for the invitation. My name is Andra Waagmeester. I'm working with a team of people worldwide on enriching Wikipedia and Wiki Data with qualitative information on genes, but further than genes, proteins, diseases, and drugs. But I want to start with an intriguing story which might show the need for this. It's a story of, and it's a tongue twister, acute promyelocytic leukemia, which is a special type of leukemia which is characterized by a translocation of a specific gene from chromosome 15 to chromosome 17. This type of therapy, this type of cancer can be treated with what's called retinoic acid treatment, which is a metabolite of vitamin A. But that alone is not enough. You need to add additional chemotherapy to increase the chances of a patient to survive this type of leukemia. So in 2013, a paper was released that suggested to replace the chemotherapy with a novel therapy which is called arsenic trioxide, which is a chemical compound. So far nothing new. This thing happens a lot. These studies happen a lot. What is intriguing about this story is that this paper that was published in 2014, the fact or the treatment, the curative effect of the trioxide was already known in China for decades. It only reached the English-speaking world for two simple facts. The scientists who knows it didn't speak English, and the findings were published in a scientific journal that were even obscure for most Chinese readers. So it clearly showed that actually having data closed can actually benefit, can actually not benefit, can be bad for the treatment of other peoples outside that four. So now we argue Wikipedia could be a case. Wikipedia could solve that. I have picked here the Wikipedia entry for the arsenic trioxide, and you can see there is an English version. There is an English version as well as a Chinese version. And Wikipedia currently contains more than 250 of these languages versions. So you would say if the Chinese scientists would start sharing their information on the Chinese Wikipedia, then it will come to the English Wikipedia eventually. That is eventually, but it's still missing, because if we dive a bit into Wikipedia, we find examples, and I have pulled two examples. One is on malaria. If you look to malaria, you can see I've picked the Dutch, the Greek, and the English Wikipedia, and on malaria, the Dutch and the Greek Wikipedia page mentions only one ICD code, which is an international classification of diseases, where the English Wikipedia is more complete. But if we look at the population size of a small Caribbean island called Aruba, you clearly see that the Dutch, the Greek, and the English Wikipedias disagree on the size of the population in 2014. So why is this? It's because the Wikipedia pages are still maintained by the local languages, by teams of people who speak the same languages. The Wikimedia Foundation, who was responsible for all the Wikipedias, came up with a novel project which just celebrated its 3rd birthday last week, which is called Wiki Data. Wiki Data is a linked database that provides data, central data, that is editable by humans and machines, as it is with Wikipedia articles. It's actually the Wikipedia model to data. And the Wiki Data page consists of a label, a description, and a statement which is enriched with references and qualifies with provides provenance and context. So now we can actually start with Wikidata. We can actually start writing Wikipedia articles, as the example here is on Charles Darwin, where both the Chinese audience and the English-speaking audience could actually mine data that is available in Wikidata, and potentially bridging the language barrier on science. So I'm part of a team which is the Wiki Project's Molecular Biology, and our aim is actually making Wikidata the central hub of life science data on genes, proteins, diseases, and drugs, and the relationships between them. Our approach is that we take authoritative resources on these topics and import them into Wikidata, and not only import them, but also maintain them, so do regular updates. This has two effects. Now, research data that is closed in in the different data silos can now be used to populate Wikipedia articles. But also, since Wiki Data has a single API and a Sparkle endpoint, scientists could start using and sharing the information in Wiki Data themselves. So you can see Wikidata provides not only spreading of scientific knowledge, but it's providing public scrutiny for scientific findings, but also it provides a strong infrastructure for scientists to share their own results. This is my talk, and thank you for your time.